Good morning, kids. Welcome to Ajul International School's virtual class. Today's class is a grammar class. We'll be taking contractions. So before starting with contractions, let's say you have a balloon and you're blowing up this balloon and it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And then you let air out of this balloon because you want it smaller. So when you let air out, it gets smaller, smaller and smaller. The same thing for contractions. If you want two words to get smaller, you use a contraction. A contraction is a short way to put two words together. Let's say we have she and is. A contraction for she and is cheese. Cheese. She apostrophe s. Later on I'm going to show you how with the examples. An apostrophe, this is an apostrophe, takes the place of one or more letters. So we use the apostrophe to make a contraction. We use this apostrophe to make the contraction between two words. Contractions can be formed by putting together a pronoun. A pronoun, you know what pronouns are. I, she, he, they. And another word such as will, are, or is. So you take the pronoun and the other word, which can be will, for example, I will get some flowers. How can I make or form a contraction between these two words? I remove the W and I and put the contractions. So it becomes I'll. It becomes one word. So the whole point of contractions is making two words one. You shorten these two words. Many contractions are formed with verbs and the word not. For example, Otto did not read the sign. We have two words. How can I make the contraction? I'm going to remove the O and make it one word. Didn't. I'll put the apostrophe. Can you see this? That looks like the comma. Up here, this is called apostrophe. Let's check an example. Let's say we have the word do and we have the word not. How can I form one word from these two words? I will use contractions. So it will be don't, don't. I remove O. So the letter that I'll remove is O and I'll add instead an apostrophe. So here, what does the apostrophe do? It cancels out letter, the letter or letters. In that case, it's one letter, O. We cancel it out and put an apostrophe. So again, the word do with not makes don't. Don't is the contraction. The apostrophe instead of O. To make it one word, to shorten these two words. So again, do and not. What word does it make? We cancel the O. So it makes don't. Have and not. The same thing. We cancel which letter? O. And we put an apostrophe instead. Haven't. Are and not. Again, what do? We remove the letter O and put an apostrophe. Aren't, aren't, one word. This is the contraction form of are plus not. We have two words, we made them one word. instead of the O, we put a contraction. Would and not makes the word wouldn't. Again, we remove the O and put an apostrophe. Okay, if we have a word with will, what letters are we going to cancel out? W, I. We cancel W, I and put instead an apostrophe. So it's going to be she'll. We want these two words to become one. We remove WI and put an apostrophe. So the word becomes she'll. She'll. She'll go to the bookstore. Okay, instead of saying she will go to the bookstore, she'll go to the bookstore. He and will. Again, what do we do? With the word will, we remove the W and I and make it one word. He'll. Apostrophe. Instead of WI, remove WI and put apostrophe. So the apostrophe comes and cancels WI. He'll. He'll go to the bookstore. Instead of saying he will go to the bookstore, we can simply say he'll go to the bookstore. They will. Again, we cancel out WI and put apostrophe. So it becomes they'll. You and will. So what do we cancel out? The apostrophe comes and cancels out WI. It will become you'll. You'll. So again, instead of saying you will go to the bookstore, immediately you'll go to the bookstore. Okay? Instead of saying two words, you can shorten it to a contraction. You'll go to the bookstore. Is. So the pronouns she and he are for singular, so it's is. Cancel the I in contraction. So here we cancel the I. She plus is. What will it be? What do you think? Yes, she apostrophe is. She's going to the bookstore. She's. She apostrophe s. He and is. What do we do? Cancel the I. Becomes he's. He's. He's going to the bookstore. So instead of two words, one word. They are. We are. They are. We cancel the A and put an apostrophe. So it becomes there. There. So this is the rule, to cancel the A and put an apostrophe. There. Instead of saying they are going to the bookstore, they're going to the bookstore. We are. What do we cancel? A. We're. We're. Shortened to one word. Okay, so we did this example. You can do it as a review. She'll. W-I. Remove W-I. She'll. Remove W-I. He'll. They'll. You'll. Okay, if we have, remove H-A. They've. Remove the H-A. We've. We remove the H-A. You've. Remove H-A. I've. So again, we have they, have. So these are all rules that you have to memorize in case you came across the have word, will, not, you have to know which letters to cancel. HA, you cancel it out, so it becomes they've, we've, you've, I've. I when it comes with am, this is very easy. You remove A, I'm. Of course you know that. Let's start with the exercises of your book. Open your Readers and Writers to page 439. Here they're telling you to replace the underlined words with a contraction from the box. You'll replace the words that are underlined. We said that in the contraction we have two words. We want to shorten these two words to become one word. Number 1. Signs are not important, Otto said. When we have the word not, what do you think? What are we supposed to do? We remove the O and put apostrophe. Yes, so put it. Write it. Aren't becomes one word. Aren't. Number 2. Otto said, I am going to pick flowers. You remove A. The rule says remove A and put an apostrophe instead. Becomes I'm. I'm. In case you're not understanding what I'm saying, please go back to the explanation. People said he should not pick them. Should not. What do we cancel out? What do we remove? The O. Again, not. Not. We remove the O and put the apostrophe instead. So it becomes shouldn't. One word. Shouldn't. Now he is just looking at the flowers. What do? We remove the I in the word is. As I said, we remove I. So it becomes one word. He's. He's. This is the contraction form of he is. His. Okay. So now open to this page. Mark the letter of the contraction that means the same as the underlined words. So I want you to mark the letter of the contraction which means the same as the underlined word. So basically you're going to make a mark on the word that is the contraction form of the two words. Let's see number 1. We will do 1 and 2 and the rest is homework. I am a good helper to my dad. I am, yes, I'm apostrophe M. He will ask me for tools. How can I make he will contraction? Yes, remove W, I. So it becomes he'll. Does this make sense? Is there S? No. Does this make sense? He'd, is there any D? No, so it's C. Number 3, you have they are, make it as a contraction. Could not, make it as a contraction. It is, change it to the contraction. I have. So that's all for the grammar class. Thank you.